Hi guys, it's Jasmine and I'm back with this week's video. This week I'm going to be teaching you guys the life skill of how to create and remember a safe and secure password. This is a super important life skill to have, as a lot of things nowadays are done through email, through social media, and through other programs that require us to use passwords. So being able to create and remember passwords that are safe and secure, that can protect our personal information, is super important. So I really hope you enjoy this video as I take you through different steps on how to do so. Okay, so first things first, what should your password include? A lot of the time, programs that you need to create a password for will want your password to include uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Symbols may include an exclamation mark, a question mark, a dollar sign, etc. Also, these programs will a lot of the time want your password to be at least 8 characters long. Characters is basically another word for saying numbers, letters, and symbols. Okay, so now what should you not include? So when you're creating a password, you don't want to simply write your first name, your last name, or your birth date. However, you can feel free to use your initials in your password, maybe the initial of your middle name, or maybe numbers from your birth date, whether it's the number of the month you were born in, the day, etc. But you're going to use these things in combination with other things just to make your password a little more secure. So when it comes to choosing your password, a great way to create passwords that you'll remember for all your programs is to start with a base password, and then from there you can start to personalize it so it becomes more secure and personal to yourself. Okay, so step 1, creating a base password. So the base password can be a name, a word, maybe even a phrase that's going to just be simple and memorable that you will then add to make your password more secure. So this may include the name of your first pet, it may be your own middle name or maybe a family member's middle name, or it could be the name of your all-time favorite singer, song, or movie. For example, I made mine the name of my first pet for this video, so that was Buddy, so that will be my base password, BUDDY. Okay, so step 2 is to add all of the types of characters into the base password. So the characters, remember, are uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. So to make the passwords easier to remember, it is smart to use the same characters for all of your passwords. So that may be the same numbers, maybe an exclamation mark you use as your symbol for each password, etc. This can also now be the time where you maybe incorporate your favorite number or numbers from your birth date. Like I mentioned earlier, maybe it would be the number of the month that you were born in. Then you can also capitalize your letters in your password in a pattern that you will remember. Maybe this is capitalizing every other letter, maybe capitalizing the first and last letter, something that you personally think that you would remember doing. Then for symbols, incorporating symbols you like will help make you remember the symbols that you use. For example, if you're a happy person, maybe you like using exclamation marks. So adding those as your symbols will be kind of a reminder that that is the character that you chose to use. So for my example, I did capital B, lowercase u, capital D, lowercase d, capital Y, and then 98 because that was the year I was born in, and then exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Now step 3 is entirely up to your preference and whether you do it or not, but basically it is just a method of making your password even more secure and memorable. So step 3 is to make your password specific to whatever program you are using. So as I just mentioned, after adding all my characters into my password is buddy98 exclamation mark exclamation mark. But if I wanted to make it even more secure, I could specify my password to each program that I use it for. For example, if I use this password for both my email and my Facebook, for my Facebook password, I could write FB dash my password. FB stands for Facebook. But if I use this password for email, I could instead write E dash my password. Doing this is just a method of making your password even more secure and private and just something that you yourself will know without other people being able to guess it. But it also is something that is just personalized to each program, so doing that helps you remember each password and what each password is used for. Okay, so now, how do you remember the password you create? So of course, if you want to remember it and you feel like you won't, just feel free to write it down. But if you are worried that maybe someone will find your note of your password and you don't want to have it on a piece of paper, you could also write it down in a secret way. What I mean by this is you could actually just write down a hint instead of the actual password. So for example, if your password is your favorite song, maybe you write down the singer who sings the song. If your password is your pet's name, maybe you write down the type of animal that your pet was. Another example is if your password is a family member's middle name, you could also write down their first name or another name that you would remember them by. And finally, once you have your hint written down or even your password written down and you are comfortable in knowing that you will remember this password, you are all ready to use these programs that you have passwords for in a safe and secure way. Okay, so that's all that I have for you guys today. I hope you found these steps to be of use to you. And if you are to create a new email or maybe sign up for a social media program, when you're creating a password for them, trying out these steps to see if they work for you and help you remember your password is a great idea, just to see if this is something you want to use for the future, if you ever decide to join more programs or change your passwords, etc. I just find that if you are using something that's personal to you, that you know you'll remember and other people likely won't, then that is something that will help to kind of protect yourself and also make it easier on you signing into these programs in the future and not having to constantly change your passwords. So I hope you found this video of use, and I'll see you guys next week with a new video. Thank you.